So the big picture is finding a jump point, charting the jump point, and of course the other thing is that like on jump points, your navigation data degrades over time. So it's not just one person discovers the jump point and then charts it. So you'll discover the jump point, but people are going to have to chart it on a regular basis because the actual path becomes stale.
So you signal weekends.
Well, it's because the imagine this sort of wormhole that's sort of kind of slowly shifting, and so basically the path you've charted becomes invalid.
So like in the PAX South demo, I guess, where you have the movement.
Yeah, exactly. So basically the concept is that like you charted it, maybe it's good for a week or a day or whatever, and then there is a job for people to constantly go through and chart it, so then that path can be downloaded to other people, and so there will be jobs available for basically being navigators.
Now, is that content dynamic enough where it prevents feeling like a grind, sort of redoing the same thing over, or is it more targeted at people who have never been in that?
I think it's a combination. It's a skill of flying. I mean, so It's not necessarily. I wouldn't call it a grind. I mean, a grind is doing something that isn't fun or rewarding.
Sure.
There's a skill to fly racing, for instance, in the game, right? So like, can you go through the different rings quick enough and get the fastest time?
Right.
So, there will be a skill element to piloting that will be challenging, and as a lot of this is all going to be procedurally driven. So the whatever you want to call it, the wormhole tunnels and the way that things shift around, that's a challenge to sort of fly it and not hit the sides,
sure.
right? Not hit one of the big pillars or whatever. So that's just that's a pretty good example of sort of where piloting skills would be important.
Okay.
Right. So like there's different things, like some people like combat skills may not necessarily correlate to just pure piloting skills, right? Where pure piloting skills could be really good for, say, racing or constantly sort of navigating wormholes, or we're talking about doing races in an asteroid field and that kind of stuff. So that's more about having good reactions, knowing the limits of your ship,
right.
and not cutting the corner but not cutting it so much that you lose control, kind of.
So before we start with the instancing, I have to throw in one question that there's this guy on your forums who's been pinning me for about a year asking for an answer to something, and I keep forgetting to ask you.
Okay.
It was just if he said, if I'm out in deep space and I find something valuable cargo wise that I want to keep, and there's a station nearby, can I bring it to that station and effectively have them ship it back to me via some UPS shipping service or something if he's running low on cargo?
Actually that is part of the idea and the design of the game. So we manage inventory like realistically, so there's only so much room you can have on your ship, there's only so much room you can have on your hangars, there's only so much room you can have on your person, and you can absolutely store items or whatever on different locations, and you would pay to it, and you can also have people ship items or goods to you. So you can have ships or equipment ship for you, and the actual shipping of that would generate a mission for an NPC or potentially another player. So that would be a contract. So like it would be like, okay, I don't know, whatever I've got. I found some multi-super badass cannon, and I put it on the space station. I don't have room, but I take the space station and say, please ship it back to my hangar in Terra. Well, that would generate a mission that could be taken by AI or an NPC to take this package back, and when it arrived on Terra, then it would go into your inventory for your hangar.
Cool.
System universe. So there's definitely so part of the gameplay would be like, if you explore different areas of the universe, it's like what you take with you is what you can fit on your ship, and potentially you may have real estate in more than one planet, just because that way you can keep ships or keep equipment on those areas without having to go all the way back to your home base, because it takes a while to say go from Terra to Earth or something like that.
There's our answer.
So hopefully that's a good answer.
Yeah.